It's 6 months until Christmas, so I have a Christmas in July present for you. 12 Days of Mysteries from Penguin's Berkley Prime Crime and Obsidian, including favorite authors and one debut. And yes, I know it's still June, but these books are released the first week in July. In Lorna Barrett's latest Booktown mystery, Not the Killing Type, amateur sleuth and bookstore owner Tricia Miles gets caught up in a local election that turns deadly. For those of us who love Oscar, the pot-bellied pig in Julia Blackwell's Witchcraft series, perhaps the worst part of A Vision in Velvet is Oscar's disappearance. But witch and amateur sleuth Lily Ivory also has to deal with a mysterious velvet cloak. She sees awful visions from the past when she tries it on, and the antiques dealer who sold it is killed. Unmasking a killer and saving Oscar may be too much for one witch. Gourmet food market owner Erin Murphy is determined to get Jewel Bay, Montana's scrumptious local food some attention in Leslie Budowitz's Crime Rib. But her plans for culinary celebrity goes up in flames when a contender in a steak cooking competition is found dead. Erin will have to grill some suspects to smoke out the killer. Tailing a Tabby is Lori Cass's second mystery featuring bookmobile librarian Minnie Hamilton and her rescue cat, Eddie. While making their rounds, the bookmobile is flagged down by a woman needing help. Her husband, a famous artist, needs emergency assistance. Minnie gets him to the hospital in time, but his troubles are only beginning. Hollywood invades Savannah's historic district in Some Enchanted Eclair by Bailey Cates. Magical baker Katie Lightfoot and her witches' coven take a break from casting spells for casting calls. But when the movie's fixer ends up dead, Katie and her fellow conjurers step in to sift through the suspects. Jessie Crockett's Maple Mayhem features a gorgeous cover by Marianne Lasher. The mystery takes readers back to Sugar Grove, New Hampshire, where people are serious about their maple syrup, including Danny Green, whose family owns the Greener Pastures Sugar House. When murder disrupts the small town's sweetness, Danny, an amateur sleuth, pores over clues to find a killer. Be Careful What You Witch For by Dawn Eastman features Clyde Fortune, who left a traumatic police career behind to return to her seemingly quiet hometown of Crystal Haven, Michigan. But the residents have psychic powers, and when one drops dead and another is attacked, Clyde suspects there's a witch hunt afoot. Silence of the Lamb's Wool is Betty Heckman's second mystery featuring knitting patterns and recipes. Dessert chef Casey Feldston has learned one end of a knitting needle from the other after she inherited her aunt's yarn retreat business. But a murder threatens to unravel her latest retreat, sheep to shawl. Julie Heisey's latest Manor House mystery is Grace Against the Clock. When Marshfield Manor hosts a charity event to raise money to restore the town's clock, Grace Wheaton, the mansion's curator and manager, is happy to lend a helping hand. But a killer's action puts Grace on the clock to find the murderer. Recipes are included in Virginia Lowell's latest mystery featuring the Gingerbread House, Cookies and Scream. When a stunning antique cookie cutter collection leads to murder, the shop's owner, Olivia Grayson, finds things a little too hot to handle. Well, Jinx couldn't let his brother be the only one who showed up this month. He's just in time to introduce the debut mystery. The debut series this month is a stained glass mystery. In Jennifer McAndrews' Ill-Gotten Pains, stained glass aficionado Georgia Kelly packed up her city life to escape to her grandfather's house in the brick-making Hudson River hamlet of Wynwood, New York. But the close-knit community is up in arms over development plans, and one member of the opposition winds up dead, cracked over the head with a famous Wenwood brick. Michelle Rowan's From Fear to Eternity wraps up Penguin's offerings. Newlywed vampires Sarah and Terry de Benecourt have their whole undead lives ahead of them. And with Terry's job as a consultant for the Ring, sending them to deal with one vampire crisis after another, Eternity may never have a dull moment. This time, it's an auction in Beverly Hills that attracts the undead and traps them inside a mansion. 12 Days of July Mysteries from Berkley's Prime Crime and Obsidian. The gifts couldn't be wrapped any nicer. I hope you enjoy.